Let's finish this. No, I didn't put Brakeman in. I didn't turn it on. Dang it. Why must you do these things? Alright. Last book. I think I read these. Yeah, I read these at the end of last stream. Okay, let's jump in. The Beauty of Sand. You decided to keep working? Seems I don't have a choice. After everything that happened? How did they manage to convince you, or has another month passed since I last saw you? They spent a whole month convincing you? Not quite that long. You literally had to erase your own character. I'll write a new one. Oh yes, I forgot about your feelings towards characters. I don't have any feelings towards characters. Just because Amanda left you doesn't mean that all characters are now bad. She has nothing to do with it. I really thought about giving it all up. The client is right. I need to finish my last job. Even if what we're doing makes me feel sick. If they get rid of my shackles, I can write my own book. Putting this all behind me. Looking at the floor, tired. Just help me finish this one last time. What are we looking for? A weather controller. A device that can control the weather? Seems so. It would certainly come in handy. Here you look around. Come in handy here. You look around. The air feels like it's at least 100 degrees, if not 120. Okay, let's get to it. Anyway, how's Simone? How's Angry? How are you? Fine? Do you have any ideas for your new book yet? Since this is your last job? Yeah, I have a few ideas, but I'd really like to just sit down and start writing. I'm not a big fan of getting lost in thought. What are you thinking? To tell you the truth, our conversation inspired me. I didn't know characters could be as well written as you. If not for your current form, you clasped the cage in your hand, I would never have thought you were a character someone wrote, and not a person. Well, thank you, I imagine. But don't worry, the first thing I'm going to do is find your book so you can go home. I haven't forgotten my promise. I appreciate that. Dead man. Ooh, a key. Tag on the code says Pete Jenkins. Small light is blinking on the radio panel next to a worn out accept call button. Examine the radio, old equipment covered in sand. You see a steel plate with the number 42 on it next to the speaker. The small light is blinking on the radio panel next to a worn out accept call button. You hear static over the radio. Lindef Jr. speaking. I'm taking over for the senior meteorologist. Too soon, unfortunately. The voice belongs to a very young man, but sounds confident as though he's been giving commands over the radio his whole life. Is anybody between lines 10 and 40? Is that us? Ask Roderick. Who knows? Is anybody between lines 10 and 40? Well, it turned on, but it sure didn't spin, did it, Angry? I'll spin it. "60 seconds of ads. Boom. Watch those ads. Watch those ads. Is that us? Is that us? Asked the radio. I think we're in range, maybe? You're breaking up. What's your number? Did that key say something on it? 42. Got it. Pete Jenkins, correct? Not exactly. I think Pete's... I don't think Pete will be making radio contact anytime soon. Is his body nearby? There's a skeleton in the chair. Writing something down. Thanks, I've noted that in the log. Must have been the dry storm that week that got him. He sighs faintly. What kind of storm did you say? Congratulations, you're the new operator 42, so I'm obliged to inform you that there's a death storm forecast between lines 10 and 40, so you should head towards town. You can take shelter there. A death storm? You may not be able to see it from your position yet, but it's showing up on my instruments already. What'll happen if we get caught in it? Are you not from around here? Are there no storms in your zone? You could say that. I'm not from around here. Writing something down. In a dry voice, if you get caught in a death storm, you die. What other kinds of storms are there? Death storms are quite rare in your area. You're more likely to see a fear storm or madness storm there. Great. But there are joy storms too, although they most often happen in town. Alright, let's get the train moving. It's a death storm. There's a long list of names scratched into the wall, and each one is different. Handwriting, a sharp nail hangs on a chain nearby. Looks like this is the list of the train's previous operators. There's dozens here. Is this some kind of cursed train? We're probably just in a dangerous place. Look at the end of the list. The last one is a Ronald Miles. What about our dearly departed Pete Jenkins? Probably didn't even have time to add his name. Let's add his name. Poor guy deserves this at least. Well, probably. We didn't know him after all. You take the nail from the chain and scratch Pete Jenkins' name into the wall. You won't be staying long. You got dinner soon? Ooh. Enjoy your dinner. I'm a butt from Noob. I can live with that. I'll be a butt. That works out for me. Not bad. What about yours? You're the operator now. Do you want people to forget about you too? You're right. I should add it. I'd rather not. Signing my name in someone else's book doesn't sound like the best idea. If you say so. Shelves? Jenkins' journal? But I love you, Baker. Moi moi. Thanks, Noob. I'm glad you got Simone as your scribe. Scribe? Write for me. Baker is a butt. Oh, we're outside. Oh no. What do you see? There's an oil bug inside. It ate everything. Something skitters around inside the tank. Ew, can we skip the bugs? Is there no way we can get into town without the train? What are you afraid of, bugs? Hey, get out of the tank! Nah, it won't want to come out. Knock harder on the tank. Suddenly an oil-eating bug jumps out of the tank. Grab the bug. The bug's 3 sets of legs scrabble at your hands. It's clearly displeased. Ew, drop it. I might need it. You put the bug in the most secure pocket of your jacket. You doubt you'll actually need it, but you're enjoying Roderick's reaction. The tank is empty of both oil and bugs. Add oil. The tank is small and the canister fills it almost to the brim. It's definitely enough to get you to town. I'm so good. Type of desert bug likes hiding in machinery where it can feed on oil for weeks. I mean, he's cooking dinner, so it makes sense. That's right. Cook that dinner. Cook that dinner. Cook that dinner. Cook that dinner. That's a little trash. Is that all we can do? Where are you going? Let's figure out what's wrong with the train first. Fine. You got pork curry, by the way, with onion, something, and Noob's got papa. I don't know what these things are. But it sounds good. It sounds delicious. I don't have a crowbar. How am I supposed to get a crowbar by now? I don't have enough crowbar parts. Oh, if Simone is still here and Noob. Examine the old photo. It's a photo of a woman with her blonde hair in a ponytail. It could be the former operator's daughter, or maybe his wife. The train's control panel covered in levers and buttons. I think it's running. Yeah, I don't have a crowbar. Simone and or Noob. Do either one of you watch Ghosts? The death storm is approaching. Hurry. Anyone out past 10 miles? Train 42, what's your problem? You're barely moving. He's right. We got the train started, but it's barely moving. We'll figure it out. Check the gauges. You see a bunch of gauges, most of which aren't moving. Check the fuel gauge. The fuel tank is full, but injection pressure is extremely low. We need to do something about that or the train will just stop. Check the cooling system. Cooling system is operational. No, you don't, but we watch Squid Game. The Squid Game competition reality show or the actual Squid Game? Okay, Squid Game show. It's a TV series and it originated over there with you guys. And we rebooted it or restarted it or remade our own here. But with the writer's strike and the actor's strike, they haven't been able to make a new season yet, so they've actually brought your series to our TV, and we're currently watching it. We just finished watching the challenge one, and now we're watching the actual show. Okay. Is the challenge one, is that any good? I was wondering if that'd be any good. Check the oil gauge. The oil tank is full now. Good work. Fuel panel. You're looking at the fuel panel. All indicators seem normal except one. Cylinder 3 pressure up at the top of the panel. There's a greasy note on the other side. Read the note. Whoever gets this train next, I hope it's not you, Pete, you moron. The pressure in cylinder 3 has some stability issues. Sorry about that. Actually, no, I'm not going to apologize. By the time you're reading this, I won't care anymore. Deal with it yourself. Just kidding. Try hitting the panel that usually works for me. Good luck with the train. That is not working for some reason today. Oh man, we're gonna have to wait for a cooldown on that. We just ran 60 seconds of ad time a second ago. Oh, is it already refreshed? Alright, you're getting 90 seconds of ad immediately. Try hitting the panel that usually works for me. Well, you should definitely be able to do that. Hit the panel lightly. Something inside clanks. Something cracks. The train starts slowly picking up speed. Well, that wasn't so hard. It's also not auto turning off the wheel spin, which is weird. Pick up the radio. Great work, 42. I can see you're picking up speed. The weather's been all sorts of crazy lately, even here in town. Yesterday, a sorrow storm almost slammed us, and we haven't had one of those in 100 years. Do the storms usually miss the town? Of course. Only the joy storms make it here. The rest usually pass us by. Like someone's controlling them, right? You can almost feel Roderick winking at you. What could affect the weather like that? I don't know. This all started after a senior meteorologist died. Come on, ask him about the weather controller already. It's obviously in town. Hey, have you ever heard of a weather controller? A what? It's a device that controls the weather. Silence. Ha ha ha! Is this a joke? Ha ha ha! I don't think he knows anything. Yeah, I guess the senior meteorologist had the controller, and everything started getting messy after he died. We should ask around about him in town. Ha ha ha! If only we had something like that. He keeps laughing. We'd certainly be well off. Alright, I see you're pulling in now. Good luck in town. Until next time, jokester. Okay. I'm assuming nothing changed in here. We're probably going to come in and out of this place multiple times. But anyway, in that ghost show, there's jokes that I wouldn't get if you hadn't taught me some of your lingo. Anyway, gonna go have dinner now, so have fun, and maybe we'll see you later. Bye! Have a good dinner. Bye! Bye! A guard is trying unsuccessfully to open the door of the train. He notices you. Hi there. He glances briefly at your face, but apparently decides not to ask about it. This guy here is causing a little traffic jam at the gate. Poor man got caught in a fear storm on his way here. I'm not getting anywhere with him, but I have to make sure everyone is in town before the storm comes. We leave the train here and go into town. Leave the train? Are you out of your mind, my guy? I don't think that's acceptable here. I'll try and talk to him. Go ahead and try, but be gentle. It's not the poor guy's fault what happened. We'll see. Hey friend, you there? Yes? Calm down now, I'm from train 42. Jenkins? Is that you? He's suffering fear, so should I tell him Jenkins is dead? I'm his friend. He didn't have any friends. I'm his father. Stop lying, you killed him. I know the truth. What have you done with Jenkins? I don't think there's a peaceful way out of this situation. Force the door open. You lean your whole body into the door. You hear the mechanisms inside start grinding against each other. Just a little more. Come on, push. Clunk. I think the lock's open. The door easily slides to the side. Thin man is standing in the corner of the locomotive, arms covering his head. Get closer. Hey, friend. The man lifts his head. When he sees your face, his eyes start widening slowly. Ah, damn. Has there been even a single time when your parents actually helped us in a situation? The man's eyes are still widening, or does it always create more problems for us? Let me think. The man's eyes are as wide as they can go. Now his mouth begins to open. No, it hasn't helped. Not even once. I already told you, it's a disguise. The man lets out a piercing shriek and runs out of the train. You see him head into the desert right towards the storm. Well, you definitely solved the problem in a way. Oh, frick. I can't say you got the result I wanted. Sorry. Well then, I'll move his train along and then yours after. In the meantime, go up to customs and get your paperwork straight. The guy ran into the storm. Get up high quickly, the storm is close. Can I run into the storm? No? What if I want to run into the storm? Riders of the Storm. These look like different maps of the area. Customs inspector. He's sitting in the cold, dark office. He looks up at you. Bored voice says, train number 42. The inspector digs through some papers. Are you Ronald Miles? No. Did you find the body of Ronald Miles? No, I found the body of Pete Jenkins. So after Miles, it was transferred to Jenkins. He writes in his notebook. And now the inspector looks up at you. I didn't kill him. My name is Bob. My name is Bob! Oh, frick. We gotta do another spin. That sounds weird. Now give it to me. That's been so many minutes of ads. Hit refresh. See if we even have the cooldown ready. Nope. We're 40 minutes of cooldown. Thanks for nothing. I'm sorry. Just Bob? Yes. No. Bob Bobson. I'll write that down. Wearing a shabby coat with a strange rusty cage hanging around his neck. It's not shabby. His face. He looks down at you, then looks down again, is apparently disfigured. Oh ho ho! You aren't too good looking yourself. The inspector doesn't react. Here's your ticket. He hands you an old yellow ticket which looks like it's been passed around for years. 1 standard town visit, 2 hours. Can I stay longer? You must sell all possessions belonging to the train's former operator before you leave town. Make that your top priority. I thought they were mine now. The inspector looks at you silently, trying to understand whether you're joking or you really don't know how things work around here. The train is yours, the possessions are the people's. What happens if I can't sell them all in 2 hours? The items will go to the people. Okay, thanks. Go on through. He opens the turnstile. Young woman is talking to one of the travelers who passes her a strange half-empty bag. Extend my time by 1 hour, please. He hands over the bag and quickly turns away. Hold on. The man freezes, tilting his head. Just who do you take me for? There's not even enough sand here for 15 minutes. She shakes a small pile of red sand out into the palm of her hand. Are you up to your old tricks again? Do I need to call the guard? No, please, 15 minutes is fine. Just let me catch my breath and I'll be on my way. The man slowly retreats. He looks extremely tired. The woman turns to an empty hourglass in one of the niches. How do you pronounce that? niches on the wall. Niche? Dang beggars. She pours the sand from her hand in the hourglass. She picks up a radio, and you hear a crackling sound coming from speakers echoing all over the town. Peters, train 124, 15-minute extension. Niche. I know it's niche if it's used in a different context, but does it have a different pronunciation if it's used, or is it the same context? Whatever. She puts the radio back on her belt, reaches out a hand to you without looking. Shake her hand or give her your ticket. The young woman turns sharply and looks at you confused. I think she wants your ticket. Sorry, I'm looking for the meteorologist. Where can I find the chief meteorologist? In the upper district. Where else? She looks a little puzzled. How do I get there? You can't. They only let the locals in. No drifters off the trains allowed. Give her your ticket. Okay, yellow. She takes out a new hourglass, pours in enough red sand to reach the second mark on the side. Then she puts it in one of the empty wall niches. Just doesn't sound right. On the wall. 2 hours starting now. Good luck in town. Wonder if it's really timed and I can actually fail. Two inspectors are standing by the train discussing something. I don't get it. Why don't you like the auction idea? We always sell empty trains at auction. This heap of scrap wouldn't even make it a few miles. It's not a train auction, it's a premeditated murder of one of our people. It needs to be taken off the tracks and scrapped. Janine has enough work as it is. She just got started on all those electronics. It'll be a year. It'll be next year before she gets around to the train. Where would you keep it until then? Just have someone take the train and leave it. And leave. They can ride around and maybe find the parts and fix it themselves. I can't believe how stubborn you are. The guard storms into the train and you hear a sharp metallic clang. Then the man comes back with something in his hand. See this? Fine. This is the damn brake handle. Should it be here in my hand? Or should it be holding the train in place? Let me at least go through his stuff myself. The inspector suddenly notices you and scowls. Hell are you doing here? Get away from the train. Nothing, just passing by. Then keep going. He hesitates for a moment, reaches into a pocket and takes out a bag of sand. Forget everything you heard. Take the bag or demand more. That's not enough. 2 bags? The inspector looks at you with cold rage in his eyes. Don't get greedy, brat. Take what you're offered before we change our minds. Please don't get involved. Fine. Now get out of here. Don't interfere. The inspector turns around and loses interest in you. They ignore me now. So am I supposed to go give that lady that bag? Let's see what happens. I know niche. She doesn't want to talk to me, so I guess we use the sand later. Oh, you spelled it that way, nice. Melon seller. This merchant is desperately trying to get your attention. His smile reminds you of the late stage insanity. Hey man, hey, come over here. You got any sand? Now I'm looking to earn some myself. Oh well, I can't help you with that. I've been selling my heart out, but I still don't even have enough sand to fix my train. You look at the melon seller's train. There are a lot of things in this world you would call run down, but everything you've seen up until now is sparkling clean compared to this train. My time's running out. I have half an hour left in town. All because of those damn guards. They gave me a penalty. Those dogs. What am I supposed to do? My wheel is busted. You notice the train's front wheel is sitting at a 45-degree angle. He doesn't need to worry. With a wheel like that, there's no getting that train out of here in any case. I should get going. Well, will you buy me a melon? You look over the merchant's rumpled clothes, worn out shoes, small bag on the ground. Why is there a bag of sand at his feet? Warn the melon seller. You dropped something. What's that? You nod at the man's feet. He looks down mistrustfully and then pauses. Well, slap my train and call me a sand melon. How could I drop that bag? How did I miss that? Thanks, man. I almost lost it. You nod in response and walk away. You spend the next few minutes unable to shake the thought that you could have used that sand. Well, I guess we're gonna fail now. We're ruined. 'Cause I didn't steal from this man. A middle-aged woman is resting on the stoop of her train. A basin of laundry, children's clothes, sits at her feet. She stares at your train for a moment. Which one's mine? I don't even know where my train is. She sighs and leans against the train door, which buckles slightly under her weight. So you're from train 42, huh? She grabs a cigarette and takes a drag. Did you know the previous operator, Jenkins? Yeah, he was my husband. She gets up heavily and starts hanging the laundry as if nothing had happened. I'm sorry. Are your hands clean? Pass me the clothes. She nods at the basin and the diapers inside. Her nod sends ash flying from her cigarette onto a pair of men's pants, hanging on the line. Take off your dusty gloves, pick up a pair of white children's pants. You glance at your hands for a moment. This is the first time in a long time that they've looked human. All that's left are the thin scars striping across your palms. They probably won't ever fade. The woman takes the pants from you. She shakes out the sheet and throws it over the line. What's your business in town? Got stuff to sell? She blows her cigarette smoke upwards to keep it off the sheet. Yeah, your husband's possessions. Things, just random things, nothing interesting. The woman ashes her cigarette and you see her glance quickly at you. She takes the sheet. So Jenkins' possessions, do you need me to... Sniffing, pass her a bunch of socks. You pile a few socks from the basin together and give them to the woman. But the woman doesn't turn around to take them from you. She stands with her back to you, not speaking. I really am sorry. When I found him, there was already nothing I could do. She nods weakly a few times. Turning halfway around, she passes you a cigarette. She already has a fresh one in her mouth and lit. Decline? I don't. The woman literally shoves a cigarette in your mouth. You sit on her train stoop. I found a journal on his train. I guess it belongs to you now. Customs won't let me just give it to you, but I'll figure something out. She smiles. A journal? Jenkins didn't know how to write. He probably robbed or killed someone. Those aren't his things. These thoughts seem to have put her in a better mood. As she finishes her cigarette, she packs up and heads inside her train. A child's joyful laughter greets her. Okay. What's that? Steel wires wrapped around the crate. Someone clearly doesn't want you looking inside. I don't have any pliers. Quiet woman. The greenery on this train's roof is quite striking. By local standards, you're looking at a very well-kept train. It looks like the train has been washed recently. The metal and glass are gleaming, and the thin layer of newly settled dust just looks like an elegant decoration. Green stems sway on the roof. You see stuff and tons of other plants that you don't recognize. I'm sorry, did you need something? I wanted to ask, do you know how I can get into the upper district? I heard the meteorologist lives there. You can only get in once you retire, and I think you still have a while before that happens. I do too. How do I get in there now, today? The woman shrugs silently and looks towards the way out of town. Running your eyes over the locomotive, you notice an old trailer with dried up branches sticking out of the leaky roof. The longer you look at the trailer, the more you shiver. Chills run up and down your spine like something icy touched the spot between your shoulder blades. Aren't you afraid your old trailer might fall right off? The woman continues to look towards the way out. Yes, the trailer is quite old. If it falls off, it falls off. The corners of the woman's mouth turn up and she shakes her head. What do you do? It's as though the woman doesn't hear your question. She just stares silently, watching. Just when you think she's not going to answer, she starts to speak. I'm making it through life day by day. I meant the plants. Oh, the plants. I used to enjoy nurturing life. The woman looks at the old trailer and stiffens for a split second. You see all the muscles on her face tense, but in an instant, the illusion passes. What's inside? Things, old things, ancient things, toys. Why are you carrying them around? I thought it was better to travel light in the desert. I don't know. I'd rather keep them with me. The woman frowns but doesn't tell you to leave yet. Do you know anything about the meteorologist? He tells us when storms are coming. Is that it? Do you know anything else? The woman turns her head to look at you straight in the eye. You can't read her expression. I won't keep you any longer. You turn to leave but suddenly feel something crawling across your neck. Wow, an oil eater. It seems that the oil bug in your pocket is finally trying to escape. Can't recapture it. You put your hand over your neck. Stop. Huh? Leave it with me, okay? She walks over and opens the door of her train, picks something up, and then returns to you. Here. She's holding 2 old dusty bags of sand in her open hand. 2 bags for this gross little bug? Is she insane? You won't hear me complaining. You carefully remove the bug from your neck and pass it to the woman. She gives you the 2 bags of sand. Thanks. The woman nods gently to you and turns her attention to the bug. Weird. What's going on with this old trailer right here? This place is huge. Oop. Crowbar pots. Get your crowbar pots here. Get out of here, outsider. Jerk. Which one's my train? I've already forgotten which one ours was. It's not this one. Hey, are you a digger? What? A digger. My hearing is fine. I'm asking you what that means. The man looks at you without blinking for 10 seconds or so. You're attracting suspicion again with your unnecessary questions. I'm not a local. I'm not from here. The man continues to look at you without blinking. This is the only town on our continent. Possibly the whole planet. Where are you from then, if not from here? I left for a long time and now I'm back, but I don't remember anything. A digger is someone who digs up buildings in the desert. Do you know what the desert is? Or is there no desert from where you come from either? Right, a digger. They just called them something different back in my day. Yeah, I'm a digger. I was one of the best way back when. I find that hard to believe. Need work tomorrow. I want to dig up a building on Malta Street, but I can't do it myself. Of course, what's our plan? I started digging from the top, got from the 20th to the 7th floor, but the lower floors are hard work. The sand's packed tight and it's a pickaxe job. I want to round up a few more people, then we'll move out at sunrise. Is there anything special there in that building? The man peers closely at you. It seems he's not sure you can be trusted. There was a gun store on the first floor of the building. The work is all that should concern you. I'll pay you, and what's in the building is none of your business. You in or not? I'll think about it. Think then. He throws a cigarette on the ground and turns away from you. Is he going to start a riot in town when he gets his hand on weapons? No, he gets caught in a firestorm out on the road tomorrow. I should get going. Are we supposed to interact with that guy again? I'm not buying anything. Leave. Finally. The man's sleeve bears the letters CS next to an hourglass symbol. And you keep looking at the letter CS, trying to think of what it might stand for. Customs service. From the customs service, I just finished going over your stuff in here. That's our train. You need to sell everything that belonged to Jenkins before your time in town is up. Anything you don't sell will be confiscated when you leave. Yeah, they warned me already. And that, he points at Roderick's cage. That's mine. Can I see the tag? Why would I put a tag on my own things? An item with no tag belongs to no one. If it belongs to no one, then it's not yours either. Sell it. He writes something in his notebook. What the hell? I'm not selling my friend. He reaches for a radio on his belt and looks at you questioningly. Cool it. Let's try and solve this peacefully. Fine, no problem, I'll sell. He nods and takes his hand off the radio. The customs officer tosses a fold-up trading tent at your feet. Have you done this before? No. Unfolding the tent signals that you're selling goods. People will come and buy from you, and you make what profit you can. Hand in half the sand at the entrance. He points at the woman checking tickets. Do what you want with the rest. Good luck. So I set it up right there. The sound that reaches your ears seems impossible in this desert world. Rustling pages, hundreds of pages. The table next to the woman's train is full of books with well-worn covers. Each one looks like it was taken out of an antique bookshelf. Hello. She waves at you. Hi. Are you new to these parts? I've never seen you before. Her attentive but slightly unfocused gaze slides over you. Your paper face doesn't seem to bother her. Yeah, I'm new. Do you know everyone here? No, of course not. It's just that generally the same people bring their trains to the same station every time. Were you looking to choose a book? Pick up the blue book. Oh, what an unusual choice. Why is that? People who choose this book usually want to hide from the real world and immerse themselves in fantasy, but I don't think you're one of those people. You carefully open the book. The binding is loose, and the pages, which are all different sizes, and printed in different fonts, seem to be stuffed in at random. It only takes a moment for you to realize that you don't even know the language it's written in anyways. Well, what do you think? Keep looking through the book. Why are the pages and fonts all different? I knew you were new here. The pages are different because I sewed the book together myself from various pieces. But it's hard to read like that, and from what I can tell, it's not really a coherent story. A lot of people like it. Besides, it's not easy to find an intact book in this wasteland, you know? I thought she was a writer, but she's more like a seamstress. The bookseller has a sincere look of curiosity and politeness on her face as she watches you mumble. Can you give me the short version of what this book is about? It's the story of a man who pretends that he's changed and becomes the best version of himself, just so he can keep people around him, even though he's actually... I don't like that kind of thing. I'd rather look at another book. Be my guest. What's this book about? That's a curious one. It's about the history of the storms. You flip through the book, the letters swim before your eyes, not wanting to form coherent words. The different fonts and out-of-order page numbers don't help you understand it either. Very interesting. Have you read it? Of course. I put the pages together myself. I have a few questions about the book. You take a good look at the bookseller. She seems quite friendly. Your questions are just begging to come out. I bet the meteorologist helped you with this book, right? Yeah, right. He's never even set his eyes on it. Oh, yeah, right. Everyone in town knows that our meteorologist wouldn't even read an article, not to mention a whole book. Why is that? He's young, inexperienced, and to be honest, not all that talented. I thought he was well respected. Oh, do you mean the old meteorologist? He was better. Even I shed a few tears when he died. Did he get caught in a storm? No, he died peacefully in his sleep. If only everyone could have such an end. And don't believe what they say in town about him being killed. It's all nonsense. The storms, where do they come from? Oh, now that's a long story. Well, several stories, actually. They'll tell you all kinds of stories about the storms in town, but the truth is they're fallout from an ancient war. Well, that's not exactly the truth, it's just my theory. I see. I've heard someone might be controlling the storms. Is that true? Nonsense! Controlling them with what? Some kind of device? But where would they get it? Do you think the old meteorologist would know something about this? Well, if anyone did, it would be him. The old meteorologist was on good terms with all sorts of mechanical things. I see. I have something that might interest you. The bookseller tries to look uninterested, but you see her fingers trembling as you hand her Jenkins' journal. Notes? Interesting. Yes, very interesting. Are these someone's memoirs? Wow, this is an absolute treasure trove. Have you read it? I thought it was just the old train driver's journal. Let me read some of it to you. Don't bother, I just want to sell it. I'll buy it. How much do you want for it? You look appraisingly at the bookseller. She's definitely hooked. Time to collect some sand for your work. Let's go for 10. 10. Are you crazy? Who in the right minds would pay 10 bags of sand for a journal? Sure, maybe if it was full, but half the pages haven't even been used. How about you come to your senses and we trade like normal people? 5? Oof, I'd be glad to give you 5 bags of sand, but then I'd have to leave town right now. And I still have so many books to sell. Would you lower your price? 2? Well, I wasn't planning on spending so much, of course, but that's a fair price. The bookseller disappears into her train, then returns with 2 bags of sand. They have yellow letters in a language you don't know, embroidered on them. This is for good luck? Yeah, thanks. You should have found out what was in that journal. It might have helped us understand this world better. I thought you could help me with that. Haven't you heard much useful advice from from you recently. I haven't heard much useful advice from you recently, by the way. Yeah, this one's very narrative. It's an interesting world that we're piecing together right now. I thought we were going to try to give Jenkins' journal to the widow. Angry man. Oh, Angry, this is you. Open suitcases are strewn around the train car. A man is washing something in a metal basin full of dark red water. He's washing so intently that you can hear the fabric ripping. He has an impressively large fang from some unknown animal hanging around his neck. He stops washing and shoots you a mean look. A cage around your neck. Is that some kind of new trend? You hear clear dislike in the man's voice. Let's just keep going. We don't need any more problems. Is he washing out blood? Who cares? We're just passing by. Keep going, keep going. Maybe I should tell... Hey! Suddenly you feel a powerful yank down near your neck. You look down to see the man's wet hand grabbing Roderick's cage. I had a trendy friend once, always bragging about his sand bear fang. You grab the cage too and pull it towards you, but I taught him some manners. One punch, two. He looks at you with bloodshot eyes and keeps trying to pull the cage towards himself. The cage's hinges start making an unpleasant crunching sound. Or is that your neck? Help me, I'm being robbed. Help me! Calling for your mother to help you, brat? He pushes you away and drops into a fighting stance. It appears a real fight is about to start. Oh. Okay. Do we shield or stun? Let's shield. Oh, it does heal on you, so I forgot it does that. Maybe we'll just slash. Should we take the damage? Alright, we'll give him the boot. Then drain him, and we're done. The man flies into the basin, which turns over with a crash, splashing its contents onto the ground. What a sick bastard, are you okay? Next time you're going in my pocket, or even better, walking on your own 2 feet. Breathing hard, you carefully touch your neck. The string left an impressive welt on the back. I know it's none of our business, but we can't just let that psycho roam free. Look for rope. You look at the suitcases on the ground and notice a photograph. 2 smiling men are standing in front of a locomotive. One of them, your attacker, has his arm around the other, who looks pale and tired. His shoulder is bandaged, and he has a fang pendant around his neck. You toss the photograph aside. Oh, there's some rope. What are you doing? What's going on? He suddenly comes and tries to stand up. The anger's gone from his voice, and now he sounds scared. Don't explain anything, just knock him out. Nothing's going on, everything already happened. The man spots the photo on the ground, then his eyes move to the bloody clothes nearby. Suddenly his face changes. Henry? Oh no. Did I do this? He falls to his knees. And for what? He looks at the 2 bags of sand on the ground which fell out of his pocket during the fight. Get these away from me, I can't look at them. You pick up the bags of sand, the man falls to the ground and starts crying. Let's go, we should leave him be. I need one more crowbar part before I can make a crowbar. The woman silently waves at you. These funny jokes on the Doritos bags. We don't get jokes on our Doritos bags, at least I don't think so. I haven't had Doritos for quite a while. You're looking at a completely unremarkable train, but suddenly a loose piece of sheet metal at the back of the car catches your eye. Instinctively, you look around and then get closer. So first you're a fraud and now you're a thief too? I haven't stolen anything yet. What do we have here? You feel around the side of the train. You're standing right by the gap between the train and the loose sheet metal. The darkness inside is calling to you. Look inside. 25% more for sharing? In the Doritos bags? Actually, all the bags of everything are being made smaller, and they're keeping the prices the same or raising them. It's ridiculous. A flashlight would come in handy, or a lighter, or at least some matches, but you don't have any of these things, and besides, shining a light around would probably attract attention from the train's operator. I don't know if we should put our hand inside, should we? Let's come back to that. That's my train. Let's keep searching. Flashy train? It's a whole mansion on wheels. Seems like someone's done well. In a world where you can die at any second. Are you going to knock or just stand there? Look around. The curtains on the window are drawn tightly shut, but you can see the silhouette of a man watching you from inside. Knock, knock. I can clearly see him watching us from the window. Why won't he open the door? He probably only talks to people he knows. We should come back later. Jerk. Let's see, we've done all this. There's that door there. That's an unkind seller. Whoop. Dang. Old man is waving at you so furiously that it seems like his hand might fall off any second. Ah, no, get out of here. What do you mean? You were calling me over. So, go on. Get. Up close I can see that you only have 30 minutes worth of sand. The old man waves his fist angrily. He doesn't look particularly dangerous, but he probably knows a few dirty tricks. Am I supposed to fight him? Hey, how about we do this some other time? Fine. I'm ready to fight. Two guards are sitting at the gate playing a strange game with stones. The guard on the left pretends not to notice you. The guard on the right isn't as good at feigning indifference. You see him casting quick glances at you. What do you want? What are you guarding? The men look at you, not speaking. Did you get blown in here by an idiot storm, pal? The guard on the right grunts. Don't bother us. Let me through. I need to get to the upper district. Are you over the age 60? Yes. The men look at you, not speaking. No. Are you visiting your wife and newborn? Yes. What's your wife's name? I'll call her to come meet you. Takes a radio from the compartment wall and starts unwinding the charger. Maria Giuseppe or Amanda Rupert? Pick on Discord. Is that the joke you're talking about? 25% more for sharing? And now I also get that mention mobile. Oh, you got the Discord update. Nice. So, yeah, if that's the joke that you're talking about, is it a joke because you're not going to share? Or is it a joke because what I said earlier, that there's really not more in these packages and they're ripping us off? Because of they call it shrinkflation, where they shrink what they're selling, but still charge you the same or more than what they used to. Amanda Rupert, you have a visitor at the gate. Thanks. What are you doing? Shh. 25 minutes later. Maybe try calling again. I called her 18 times already. You heard undisguised malice in his voice. Dispatch, put me through to the meteorologist. Highland, if this is the guard, can you check if we have Amanda Rupert in town? Sure, sure. Okay, got it, thanks. How's the weather today? Outside the city. Well, maybe it'll clear up, alright, thanks. Yeah, you're doing great. Talk to you later. Punches a different code on the radio. Time service? What's your train number? 42, why? Yeah, train 42. 40 minutes penalty for trying to trick the guards. Hey! Alright, thanks, over. Why, my wife is in town, I swear. Voice sounds over Bob Bobson, train 42, 40-minute time penalty. The guard smiles at you and nods goodbye. Dang. I just got screwed. Yeah, for sharing. I don't share it. You might get some if you ask kindly. Alright. Alright. I don't think I can make anything yet. Let's go in and see if we can. Train control panel. List of names. Still can't open this without a crowbar. I can make a lock pick. Let's do that because there's a lock I can pick. I would like to try those because we don't have that flavor here. With all your current experience, just a few seconds. There's the crowbar parts we needed, so then we go back. Oh, I gotta make the crowbar first. Crowbar, open this. Crowbar, ba ba ba. Open it up. Bag of sand, metal, jewels. Go right here. Extract, extract, extract. Make a potion. Do. I just need pliers next. They're good. They look good. Not too much spice. Like I said, though, that's not a flavor we have for Doritos. Those are usually sour cream and onions, classically reserved for potato chips in these parts. Doritos will get, you got Cool Ranch Doritos, you got nacho cheese Doritos, and then you got all sorts of spicy Doritos that they've put together. Alright, I think we're going to need to set up the shop here. Some salsa. Get some salsa. Wait. Some salsa and it fits perfectly. The trading tent is ready. I think I'm just going to reach my hand into this train. I don't care. Who cares? There's just enough space for you to fit your arm in up to the elbow. Your fingers slide over the well-oiled innards of the train. Something brushes against your thumb. Touch the oddity. Like a blind man, you feel around the small space inside the train until you feel the contact again and again and again. You finally manage to grab something elongated and hard. It feels like a part of a pipe. We're possibly inside the train, right? You keep moving forward, but are you prepared to put your arm into the shoulder? Good. Got equals good. No good equals got. Wait, what? I got it. Got some salsa and it fits perfectly. Got it. Got ya. Pull it towards me. A sudden impulse, you pull the metal object towards you. Gift from the belly of the train. A secret covered in engine oil. After a while, it gets harder to pull, but you're not stopping now. You give it one last tug. When it comes loose, you can't believe what you see there. It's a bag in your hands. A thief, just like I said. Should we put it back? Should we be a thief or put it back? Well, we need to run that ad that you were hoping to get, that 90 seconds. I think you spun 90 seconds if I remember right. Alright, put it back. You release your grip on the bag of sand, disappears in the darkness along with some of your hope for the getting into the upper district quickly. Scowling, unshaven face appears on the train steps. You seem to have scared him, but he's trying to hide that fact. What are you digging around in there for? Who are you? Your siding is coming off. I already know that, wise guy. I'll fix it as soon as I have time. You wait for the train's operator to go back inside, but he stays on the top step, leaning against the doorway. You make yourself scarce before the silence can get awkward. Well, we're never getting that back. Alright, here we go. Start selling. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. Dang it. You brush sand off the tent and notice passersby starting to look over more frequently. What do we have to sell? Everything left in the bag. Some weird gas cylinders. You dig through Jenkins' bag. Empty. You sigh. Just put them on the counter anyway. You keep rooting around the bag. Some rags and a cup. I doubt I'll even get one bag of sand for this stuff. Oh, something else. Some kind of map. Hey, I bet we can do something with that. You notice a customer approaching. Listen carefully and remember this. The man is quite clean-cut, probably from the upper district. Are you listening? Say that this map leads to something important, to treasure or whatever. What are you selling? The old man looks at the canisters, interested. Say anything, just push the map. I have something special. Some might even call it a real treasure. The old man doesn't react. He probably hears the same story every day. I hope you don't mean those helium cylinders. He points at the cylinders on your counter. They're empty, by the way. How much will you give me for them? I can take them off your hands for free, so you don't have to take them to the scrap heap yourself. No way. Your choice. Continue. What more can I say? 10 bags of sand and the map is yours. I can't just pour out 10 bags for a map that leads to who knows where. It leads to treasure. Which treasure exactly? You tap on Roderick's cage. I'm thinking. A map to water, to a pile of sand, a pile of food. Shelter? Well... I'm thinking shelter? Stealing's a no-no. You know about the shelter too? He ever so slightly looks around. Huh? There's a lot, I know. You try to sound convincing. 10 bags you say? I'll give you 5, but if the shelter isn't there, I'll come back and give you... If it isn't there, I'll come back... Did I read that right? 5? Wax. Right to your head. Oh, that's what he meant. With this, he shows you the small club on his belt. It's a deal. Great, we have some sand already. Is that it? Was gonna... Whatever. We needed a crowbar for a couple of crates. This was one of them. Nope, that was with pliers. I needed pliers for a couple of crates. How am I gonna get pliers? Don't know how much sand we need. This is the only place left to go. Look at that, it's a monitor right there. Trash can. Oh, there's somebody right there. You see a tall woman digging around in a pile of scrap metal. She picks up something that looks like an old computer case, then rakes out the microchips and wires as if they were parasites on a ripe piece of fruit. She tosses the cleaned out computer into a pile to your left. Did you want something? Then she picks up a new one, not paying any particular attention to you. Do you need any help? She looks at the pile of scrap metal she still has to go through. For money, actually for sand. The woman smiles. I'm getting paid pretty well for this. I don't want to share my earnings with anyone else. Who's paying you? Do they have more work? But maybe something a little less dusty? I'm not sure. She looks at you from head to toe. Stay how you are? I don't think they'll have any use for you. But you can go ask Mr. Nariano yourself. He lives in the middle of the square. Nariano? Got it, thanks. She responds with a sour smile. You got a lot of computers there, yep. She's concentrating hard on her work. Where'd they come from? She gives you a quick glance. Jenkins brought them in a week ago. He dug up a whole warehouse full of electronics. Oh. Jenkins? Was Jenkins a nice guy? Was? Oops! Oh. Did I say was? I meant to say I heard he's a nice guy. No idea where you might have heard that. But definitely not in town. He's a real jerk. I hope he dies. How do I get into the upper district? I'm trying to find a way in the upper district. Do you know anything that might help? I don't know anything. She smiles slightly. That was so loud. Did you not hear it? I'm betting you didn't hear it. Because I'm going to turn it off. If you didn't hear it, I'm turning this thing off. That extension's a piece of crap. I don't know what to do with it. It was Leroy Jenkins and it was loud. Here, I'm relogging into that thing.
Leroy Jenkins.
There we go. I wonder if I wasn't properly logged in. Why would it play but not play properly? Leroy Jenkins. What does that symbol mean? Maybe this fixes it. I'll give it one more chance. It's his brother, Lear P. Jenkins. What's that pipe? What's that pipe on the wall? Where does it go? What pipe am I looking at? The big pipe in the back? Is that a pipe? It's a secret. She gives you a quick glance and continues ripping apart the computer. I'm great at keeping secrets. So am I. She looks you in the eyes for a moment longer than is comfortable. That's what we're looking for. We can crawl through and go straight to the upper district. There's a passage there. Now we just have to figure out what to do about this sewer guardian. Yeah. I heard yeet. Did you hear it? I didn't. It was so short I didn't even see if it might have worked. Okay, I think I fixed it. I needed to put it on its own audio track. Or that's probably not the right way to describe that, but...
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
To be entertained? Is it loud enough? I don't know if it's loud enough. I need to ask around town. No, she doesn't want to talk. We got off to a bad start last time, but do you think you could... And sand, do you have any sand? Yeah, a whole mountain of sand. I closed a deal today. I have 2 or 3 months worth of sand now. The old man's eyes flash like a locomotive headlight. He reaches out a hand to you. You hear his swollen finger joints cracking. Now, what are your plans? Have you thought about getting a new train? He thumps his train, which appears to be for sale, judging by the sign. You're the one who came in on Martinez's junker, right? The old man drops his head and mutters something to himself. Listen in. So he didn't make it after all. Gave up his post too soon. Jenkins? Huh? I came in on Jenkins' junker, not Martinez's. Makes no difference to me. You're gonna buy my train or not. How about you tell me how I can get into the upper district? The old man gives you a cold, steely look. You can't be older than what, 20-something? And wearing that crazy mask? 35. Well then, you're still young. Drive trains, run from storms, give it about 30 years maybe, and then you can retire in the upper district. So how about that sand, hmm? Ready to trade in your junker for my nice lineup here? You won't find anything better. The old man looks proudly at his train, but it's hardly any different from the one you inherited from Jenkins. How much do you want for it? 40 bags of sand, that's enough for 3 months, which is exactly how much longer I have to wait before I can retire. I think your price is a little high. Before the words can even finish crossing your lips, some kind of wild entity seems to take over the grumpy, but overall good-natured old man. And get out of here, I have plenty of interest, a locomotive plus a little car attached. Scram. Alright, I scrammed. What am I supposed to do now? Make him an offer he can't refuse. Let me make you an offer you can't refuse. Am I supposed to help him? What am I supposed to be doing? Lockpick, metal, crowbar parts, rags, crowbar. I still can't make pliers until I have tools. How do I get tools? How about Mr. Mellons? Nope, nothing from Mr. Mellons. The widow left. This was a pliers. Yep, this was pliers. This guy won't talk to me. These guys won't talk to me. She won't talk to me. Was I supposed to go talk to this guy after I sold all this stuff? I thought I might have had to. No? After I sold all the stuff, wasn't I supposed to talk to somebody? What do you think we do now, Angry? No? Nothing's changed here. Can't sneakily go over there. There's no one else to talk to and nowhere else to go. Can we steal from this again? What am I supposed to do with the sand? What do we do? Why start the train now? Because there's nothing else I can do, Roderick. Maybe we should ask him. We have the 10 bags of sand, now let's bring them to Neriano. Who's Neriano? I don't know what that is. I don't know who this is. Brother of Dariano. I'm gonna have to Google where's Neriano. Why did I need 10? No, it's not the guards. What the frick am I missing? Oh, this is where he lives? Where I got brushed off earlier? Hey, Mr. Neriano, come out. The door slowly opens. Middle-aged man appears at the doorstep. He looks a little too clean for these surroundings. He's holding a glass of something orange. He squints at you from the doorway, apparently not trusting you enough to talk face to face. Good day. He assesses you silently. His gaze runs quickly over your clothes, pausing at the cage around your neck. He doesn't pay any attention to your face at all. The stranger leans against the door, finished with his assessment of you. Judging by the expression on his face, you got roughly a 4 out of 10. Nice house. He nods silently and lifts the glass slightly in your direction. I'm trying to find a way in the upper district. Aren't we all? He gestures at the square around you. I don't plan on living there. Just have to take care of one thing. That's it. One thing. What could there possibly be for you there? He sips from the glass. Tell the truth. I need to get something. He waits for you to continue. Something important to me. How important? He gestures for you to continue. Oh, a man of business. I'd say about, you look in your pockets, 1 bag of sand important. His face twists. 5 bags? He gestures again for you to continue. 7 bags? Man starts nodding, but his hand doesn't stop moving. 9.5 bags? He waves his hand furiously. 10 bags! Now you're speaking my language. I love it when a person wants something that badly. In a flash, the man transforms from a reserved aristocrat into a jolly businessman. Not a bad start to the day, helping those in need, you might say. He steps forward and shakes your hand. I have 10 bags of sand. I have things I can sell you? In our little town, people trade sand for either goods or services or both. You just need to find what works for you. I have things I can sell you. I have possessions I need to sell off. How about I give them to you and you lower your price? I'm a man of business, you see. Dealing with junk doesn't fit my status anymore. But I'm sure you'll find buyers among all the visitors in town today. Good luck, and I'll be waiting for you. He bounces cheerfully up the stairs and sipping from his glass disappears. I think I went here too early, so now I need to go back. The man appears in the doorway looking cheerfully, looks you over in search of 10 bags of sand. Here's your 10 bags. My dear friend, wonderful, wonderful. He jumps down from the entryway like an excited child. May I? He looks at the bags, ignoring you. Let's see what we have here. He doesn't wait for permission. Wonderful. Wonderful. He counts the bags. He counts out 2, which he hands back to you. Give these to Janine, the woman who does salvage work at the scrap heap. Tell her Mr. Nariano sent you. He scoops up the remaining bags and starts to head back into his home. Hold on, so it only costs 2 bags to get into the upper district and you're just keeping the rest for yourself just because you know this Janine? It truly is a pleasure doing business with you, my dear friend. Come back anytime. He disappears behind the door. Jerk. Let's clean out at least 10 more computers since you're last. The parts are lying next to a neat pile. She notices the 2 bags of red sand you're holding. How's Mr. Nariano doing? He's 8 bags of sand better now. Hasn't lost his touch. Let's get to it. Hold on. Once we leave, we won't be coming back. Are you sure you're ready? How am I supposed to get pliers by now? Piece of crap game. Was it either the lockpick or pliers? I don't know. Whatever. Let's go. We're missing out on a lot of gear. Train 42, your time is up. Prepare to leave town, I repeat. Well, it looks like you're too late. Is that a joke? I already paid you. The guards are about to come looking for me, and you're... She looks at you silently, smiling. I'm kidding, let's go. She clears away a small heap of scrap metal from against the wall to pull a lever there. It's open. I'd hurry if I were you. Thanks. The woman smiles again. It seems that the whole situation strikes her as comical. A little advice for you. Trust a bag of bricks. What? Huh? Ooh. No going back now. Needless to say, it smells awful inside the pipe. It smells awful in here. This is just a drainage pit for the square. It's not the sewer system, so it could be worse. That doesn't make me feel better.
Huh? Huh?
Huh?
Who?
What? Huh? Where? The way forward is blocked by a pile of trash, boards, and rags that almost looks like a barricade. I don't even know where to start. You try and pick up a trash bag, but the contents are too heavy and the bag rips. What the? Dust pours out of the bag and gets in your eyes. Coughing. You poke around the supports with your foot. One of the trash bags seems to be full of rocks or bricks. Trust the bag of bricks. You put your weight on the bag, then throw your other leg over the barricade of boards. Put your trust in a bag of bricks, but your pant legs get caught on the nail sticking out of the board. Oh, come on. You shift your weight to your right hand, try to unhook your pant leg from the nail. I can't get it. Come on, you're so close. Your pant leg is free. You jump the rest of the way over the barricade and land on your feet. Final warning. Bob Bobson, operator of Train 42. Your time is up. Leave town immediately or your train will be confiscated. You're right, there's definitely no going back. What was that whole incident of getting your pants caught? It's completely unnecessary. Your path is blocked by another pile of wreckage. This one has tons of broken glass scattered around it. I'd be more careful here. You pick up a nearby bucket and start tossing the shards of glass into it. Another shard goes in the bucket. And another one. And another. Can't you go any faster? It might be nighttime. Your hand twitches and a small shard of glass embeds itself in your finger. Sorry, I thought you were done already. You straighten up. It looks like you are, in fact, done. Now you can try and jump over the obstacle. You get a running start. You begin to pick up speed. Not yet. You keep running. Why aren't you jumping? I don't know. Ah! Jump. Too late. You broke down the whole barricade with your body. Are you in one piece? I'm not sure. I think my shoulder is. You stand up with some difficulty. What is this? Just let's make a whole event of just climbing over a fence. Oh my gosh. It's not like I can get any dirt. This is Linda Jr. speaking. A joy storm is approaching. It will hit us in 5 minutes. A joy storm? You could certainly use one of those. After this junkyard, even an ordinary storm would make me happy. The pile in front of you doesn't look particularly big. Examine it carefully.
This is Sparta.
This is Sparta. I feel like you can probably just step over it. He's right. You carefully lift one leg over the pile and quickly find yourself on the other side. That was easy. Joy Storm, 3 minutes. Oh, come on, hurry and get inside. Okay, let's see what's in this upper district. That was a completely unnecessary part of the game. Door is locked. Hiss. The Joy Storm has arrived. I repeat, the Joy Storm. Dad, is that you? You hear the sound of sand pouring out. It's getting closer. Soon it envelops your whole consciousness. You're suddenly overtaken by such strong emotion that you involuntarily lean forward. It's like you're drowning in a calm, relaxing sea. Peace and quiet. You turn your head to the left and see your sister standing behind you. You're happy. She's not in danger anymore. You turn to the right and see your brothers. They're sitting next to you, all 10 brothers and you. It sounds like this is Hayraz's family. They're wearing strangely colored armor. You look down and see that you have the same armor on. You touch the armor. A piece flakes off, burning your hand. The image starts to fade. The vision passes, and in its place, you're filled with an unbelievably nostalgic sense of longing. Etienne. It's evening already? How long was I out? A pretty long time, long enough that I started to worry about you. We need to hurry, so how was it? Strange, like I was home? I'd do that again. It's locked. Someone inside's making soup. Tired man. This poor guy is sitting on the ground, leaning against a wall. An idiotic grin is lighting up his face. Hey, you okay, friend? Marie, you're such a good girl, Marie. Looks like he's still caught in the Joy Storm. 2 minutes pass, 3, 5. Finally, the man opens his eyes. Oh, need something, man? Thanks for not interrupting me. I really got caught up in that one. Hold on, why did your vision last so long when mine ended 10 minutes ago? Is this your first Joy Storm, man? Yeah, kind of. Here's some advice. Try not to move or look around too much. Concentrate on one thing, and don't use up all your strength at once. That helps the visions last longer. Okay, got it. So what was it you wanted? Nothing, I'll be on my way. Looking for the meteorologist, looking for the sail, huh? Head straight south to the square, and you should see the sail tent. But I wouldn't count on much there if I were you. Okay, thanks. Look over you suspiciously. This one is just constantly reading. Man hasn't come out of the storm's clutches yet. Meteorologist's wife's counter. You see devices lined up on a dusty counter. Are you out of your mind with prices like that, you old hag? An old man standing nearby calls out in the direction of the counter. A tired-looking woman is behind the counter, and you see the slightest flame of hope flare up in her eyes when she sees you. Another one. If you're just here to look with no money, then get lost. The counter is still surprisingly full, considering the meteorologist died a whole 3 days ago. Are you selling the meteorologist's possessions? Yes, all my husband's things right here. Anything catch your eye? Examine the counter in silence. Counter's covered in devices of all different sizes and complexities. Which one controls the weather? I don't know. The text says it's a device covered in switches and dials. They're all covered in switches and dials. How about we look at the most worn out ones? That look like they've been used every day. There are 2 that fit that description on the left and right. How much for this? 100 bags of sand. How much? My price is firm. My husband didn't make all of these devices or whatever by hand just for them to be given out for free. I paid 10 bags of sand as a bribe just to get in here, and for that I had to crawl through the sewer. A bribe? And you want 100 bags for some piece of junk? Just grab it and jump out of the book. We'll figure it out later. Where are you seeing junk here, you jerk? Get lost. I'm calling the guards. She grabs a radio attached to a pillar. Just grab the devices, Etienne. Do it. You're the one who deserves to be arrested. 100 bags? You're insane. That's what I said. She's insane. You hear the old man shouting from behind you. You're not sure why he's still there. Hands up. You turn slowly, and 2 guards with their clubs raised and ready. That's him. He tried to steal my husband's possessions. Arrest him. I was just looking. Don't worry, miss. We'll handle this. You slowly start walking towards you. Grab a device and throw it to the guards. Grab the first device you see and try to use it. Try to run away. You grab a random device off the counter and start pushing every switch and button you see. The guard and the meteorologist's wife watch you in silence. I don't think that's going to help much. Just run. You hear the whooshing of a club somewhere behind you. Watch out. Bam. Etienne. Silence falls. And darkness. You open your eyes. It's cold. Dang it. Was I out for long? 10 guards, you rub the back of your head, which is throbbing. Did anything else happen while I was passed out? Silence. Roderick? You tilt your head looking for the cage, but it's gone. Dang it. Roderick's gone! Oh, Roderick. Did we get, like, banished or something? I don't think I should wander into the desert. I'd be better off trying to get back to town to the east. My friend Roderick. You see a motionless body lying face down in the sand. Another disturber of the town's peace. Oh, it's a Bookwalker. The man is wearing a coat. A tag is sewn to the chest. The tag says W204. It also has the logo of a company called Red Rem or Reed Rem on it. Was he serving time too? What else would he be doing here? Nothing in the right one. In his left pocket you find some cash and some old faded checks. One of them is for phone service. Red Rum. Oh, that's what they're trying to play off of. I got it. So it's not gonna be Reed. It's gonna be Red. This can't be the same place. Oh, that's where we're gonna sneak in. Is this the same door we came to? Because I don't... Well, maybe our train was in the way and we didn't see that stuff. You notice a slight glow coming from between the loose wall plates. What's this? You see a barely noticeable inscription on the plate. Trust a bag of bricks. Come on, I already know that. You notice that the wall plate isn't completely attached to the wall. Maybe I can move it. Back to the sewer. Old wooden crate. Right behind the grating you see a path leading out of the sewer. It won't budge. Curse at it. Come on, you stupid hunk of metal. I almost made it. Nothing happens. Lose heart? Shh, shake it like a psycho. Nothing happens. I was so close, but it looks like this is the end. Remember, they have ink you can use, and you've used on plenty of other occasions. Alright, I'm a writer. You hesitate for a second, right? Ink envelops the bars of the grating. They start to slowly rust. Bang. You easily knock them out of place to clear your path. Done. I'm coming, Roderick. It said I used ink, but it didn't remove any ink from my ink meter, which is insane because it always has when we've used ink in these sorts of situations. Oh, we're just back to this place again. Okay. Nobody's out today. You hide around the corner and peek out at the tent. Yes, Mr. Nariano, I'm sure. He was looking for that exact thing. He called it a weather controller. Mr. Nariano is carefully twisting a device in his hands, trying to figure out how it works. He's already here. If this thing really can control the storms, do you think my husband really created something like that and didn't tell us? All these years, all those people who died in the storms, or who went insane, he might have been responsible for all that? I wouldn't jump to conclusions. We don't actually know what the device can do, and maybe your husband did everything he could. I hope so. Thank you, Rhonda, for telling me this. It would have been terrible if such a valuable object fell into the hands of a stranger. I think we should break the woman's radio. Oh, we're walking up. I'm like, that didn't make sense. Crash. Your hit shatters the radio on the pole. The woman runs into a house. Give me that. Can it really control the weather? And what if it could? Then I can't just give you the controller. This thing could decide the fate of the whole town. I'm sorry. Neriano takes a step back, grasping the controller tightly to his chest. It looks like he's prepared to fight for it to the very end. You notice a familiar object around his neck. Hold on, that's mine. You point at Roderick's cage, which is hanging around Neriano's neck. When the hell did you manage to steal it? You sharply yank the cage off his neck and stuff it in your pocket. Neriano flinches, not expecting you to act so suddenly. We need to run now. Huh? Attention all residents, this is Linda speaking. There's a death storm coming. I repeat, a death storm is approaching. Start evacuating, we have 10 minutes. Did you push something? No, I didn't touch it. We need to stop the storm. Give it to me now. Not a chance. Tell me how to work it and I'll stop the storm. I don't actually know, but I can try to figure it out. I'm looking for the instructions. Then what use are you? You're just going to let people's lives depend on your attempt to try and figure it out? Let me at least look at the display. I can see what it means. Death storm, 7 minutes. We've been talking for 3 minutes. Hurry. Anyone with an empty train, take on Upper District residents. Train 12 is causing a jam up at the exit. The wheel fell off. Get that car off the tracks. It's blocking the way. I'm going to go see Lindef. He and I will figure this out ourselves. Get out of my way. Neriano walks slowly past you. Yeah, for an emergency, nobody's running away. You try and grab him, but out of the corner of your eye, you see an object flying right at you. The steel tip of a cane. Bang. Not again. You fall. Right before you hit the ground, you see Neriano climbing the stairs to the meteorology tower. You open your eyes and get up with some difficulty. Finally, get up the tower quickly. Grab the controller. I don't know anything about a controller. My father didn't tell me anything. Darn, wrong button. I need to check the stormometer. The stormometer? Warning, death storm in 2 minutes. I don't know either. Just push something, Mr. Neriano. Gather your strength. Let's go. One final push. This has been such a long day. Neriano is arguing with the young man, the controller in their hands. A wild wind blows through the window. The storm is almost here. We're out of time. Knock Neriano unconscious. Before Neriano can react, you punch him in the jaw. Can't have you interfering. The young man watches in silence, slowly pressing himself against the wall. Take the controller. You take the controller off of Mr. Neriano's unconscious body. You had your chance to stop the storm. Now it's my turn. The young man presses himself against a panel of instruments. Red lights are flashing all over it. 30 seconds, he says, taking a quick glance out the window, then squeezing his eyes shut. Examine the weather controller. Dozens of buttons and switches, and not a single one is labeled. What an egotistic asshole. The look on the young man shoots you is filled with 10% understanding and 90% fear of dying in a death storm. There are 3 big switches above the display. Start with those and I'll check the text, but there's not much about it here either. Flip the first switch. The switch makes no sound as it moves. It seems to be completely broken. Flip the second switch. 2 lights on the panel below come on. There are 2 buttons next to light. Push the first one. Alarm set for 4 a.m. I set an alarm. The young man gives you a gloomy look. His shred of hope that he might have be saved seems to have just evaporated. Push the second one. The whole panel goes dark and the device just looks like it did when you started now. Flip the third switch. The device starts vibrating. Whatever that means. Flip the first switch. The switch clicks loudly as it moves, then a multitude of indicators and buttons light up on the display. Let's see. You spin the device around trying to decide what button to push now. The wind coming in through the window picks up, and a strange metallic taste starts filling your mouth. You smell burnt metal. Okay, here goes. Close your eyes and push a random button. Pray and push a random button. Scream and push a random button. I think we're going to scream. The storm is still moving. Pray and push a random button. It's slowed down, but it's still getting closer. Close your eyes and push a random button. It's moving away. It's moving away. Phew. You put the controller down with shaking hands, and you hear cheers from the people outside getting louder and louder. That was close. That was kind of weird. Just keep pressing buttons. Way too much going on for my first day. He holds his head in his hands. Go outside. Why don't we just leave with this thing? A large crowd is gathered in front of the tower. The people around you are loudly discussing what just happened. I saw the storm move away at the last minute. I saw it with my very own eyes. And I was just about to reach the town, but then it stopped. Alright, calm down. The storm is gone. You can go home now. But what if it comes back? Well, you look at the controller in your hands. We'll just have to hope it doesn't come back. Why did it move away at the last second anyways? Yeah, and why did it get so close to the town? That's never happened before. It's a long story. You drove it off, don't worry. We? Who's we? It was the young meteorologist. You put your hand on the young man's shoulders. Lindef, the young meteorologist, did an excellent job proving himself. He managed to neutralize the death storm at the very last second. The crowd starts cheering. Hooray for Lindef. What do you mean, neutralize? That's not important. What's important is that you're not in danger right now. Now time for me to go. You look out at the uncomprehending crowd before you, and your eyes slide over the people until they meet Lindef's, looking straight at you. Are you that? He gestures at the controller, which you've already tucked under your arm as you prepare to jump out of the book. Listen, kid. This is your moment of truth, Etienne. What moment of... You sigh. I need it. You'll do just fine without it. Don't worry, you'll do just fine. I heard these storms almost never hit the town anyway. Just keep on going a little longer, and then the book will end. And then everything will work itself out. Are there storms where you're from too? Definitely not like these. Then maybe you can leave it with us, that device. Since the next time a storm comes, we won't be able to... Sorry, I can't. This device is the only thing that's keeping me from something dear to me. You thump your chest with your fist. Oh. Alright. Linda backs off defeatedly. Think about it. Dang it. You look around at the uncomprehending crowd. The people have gone quiet as they listen to your conversation with Lindef. Think on it some more. Roderick, it's not that simple. All you do is sit there in my pocket. It's nothing to you. Whispers start running through the crowd. You hear snippets like, insane, talking to himself. I can hand in this damn thing and get my shackles off. Do you understand how much that will change things? Do you understand how valuable it is to me? All the suffering I went through for this? Just look around. Again, you sigh but decide to look around at the whispering crowd. Are these real people you see in front of you? You examine the people in the crowd. Some are whispering and watching your performance, but it seems as though everyone knows that something important is happening. Even the guards who practically cracked your skull earlier are standing off to the side and excitedly discussing something. Elderly men and women peer out from their windows, trying to see what's happening in the darkness. A mother leads her child home. The child trips over a cable sticking out of the sand, and his mother quickly helps him up. They're people, or they're characters. Ooh, angry, this is a big thing. Are there different endings in this game? I'm just gonna Google if there's multiple. Bookwalker. It says there's only one story ending, but choices within the books can change the outcomes of individual journeys. They're people. Fine, damn you. You shove the controller into Lindef's hands, whispering, if another storm comes, flip the switch first, then press that button right there. I'm not sure how the rest of it works. Lindef, who seems to have accepted that you're a crazy person who talks to himself, suddenly beams with joy. He gives you a hug with his free arm, and you feel the warmth in his touch. Lindef looks out at the people in the crowd. They still don't understand how the Deathstorm, this odd device, and the man with the paper face are connected. Thank you, he whispers, looking you in the eyes once more. Leave the book. Alright, let's drop the sentiment. You look at the ground. Time for me to pay what's due. Farewell. So can we choose to take it out or not? Because now I'm confused. Hello? Is the order ready? No, and it won't be ready. Are you turning down the job? Yes, I've had enough. I won't put any more innocent people at risk. So it's people? Very well. What do you mean, very well? I mean, I made a decent bit of cash off of you. Besides, walkers like you usually break much sooner. So you actually did quite well in comparison. You may not have finished your last job, but I think you've earned your freedom just the same. Huh? Huh? My shackles expert is on his way to you right now. Thanks, I don't... He'll be there in a few minutes, so... See you soon, Etienne. Oh! Stay down. Where do you think you're going? Where's the rope? Tie him up. Hey! After him, quickly. Oh, we're jumping back in the book. You fall onto the cold sand and your pursuers land nearby. Oh. So you want to do this the hard way? It's so cold here. Where's Vince? He's waiting in the car just in case. Wait, Vince was on your side the whole time? I don't remember Vince. Deal with him quickly and I'll get the book ready so we can get to the collector. Can you handle this? Hey, anybody want to help me? I just saved your city a minute ago. Come on. Your voice echoes through the empty square. It seems like everyone is in bed asleep already. Fine. Well, we go to stun immediately. And then we go to stun again. And then we do a stun again. And then we do slash. Oh, I don't have enough. I could just drink this and then we can slash the middle guy and finish the other guys. Haha. Are you okay? Relatively. What book did they want to take you into? 1 second. You pick up the book that one of the thugs dropped and look at the black cover. The name's been erased. They said something about a collector. Is that your boss? My former boss. You open the book and flip through the pages. You want to go there? I have this idea. Well, if you're sure about it. Are we inceptioning in a book? We're in a book going into another book? Dude! Incomprehensible. What? Why? Everything's blurry and there's no color. We've gone too deep. We're inside a book inside a book. I can barely breathe. Me too. We need to find the collector as soon as we can, then get out of here. What's incomprehensible? Your face. Why? What's... You touch your mask. Dang it, we need to hurry. You notice some familiar looking briefcases. A tag is visible on one of them. Walker, Rich A, Item X, Client HRMN, Publishing. What are those? Briefcases for stolen items. I don't know. Everything's Inception and everything's looping. All the games. They're doing the same thing. I give the collector his orders in briefcases like these. So there are objects from other books inside? Think there's something you could use in there? You open two of the briefcases in front of you at random. An old rag doll is inside the briefcase along with a set of rusty pins. Is that what I think it is? I don't know. What do you think it is? A voodoo doll? It even has pins. A leather-bound book lies on a velvet cushion inside the briefcase. There's something written here. as if. You can't shake the feeling that the doll might be useful. You take it out of the briefcase and carefully put the pins in your pocket. Look, there's something else here. Oh, I could only take one? Next to the briefcase is a bag stuffed to the brim with a note attached that says, "To be sorted." Inside you find a folded up cloak, an opaque glass capsule, a small wand, and an old broom. The broom trembles in your hands. You can feel it itching to take off. Looks like it's a flying broom. You try and unfold the cloak, but as soon as your hands slip inside, the cloak disappears. So does your hand. Ah! Quiet. You carefully pull your hand out, and it's instantly visible again along with the cloak. Oh, it's Harry Potter stuff? It's the invisibility cloak? On the capsule, you see a yellow triangle with a biohazard symbol inside it. Not a great start. There's something written there. Fear toxin. Inhalation causes prolonged panic and hallucinations. Store in a dark location. Oh, should we take it? The tag on the wand says polymorph wand. Transforms the target into an Ovis Ares. Sounds ominous. Just don't point it at yourself. You hide the capsule and the wand in your pockets, throw the folded up cloak on your shoulder, grab the broom. You're really kitted out. I hope I can use all this. Let's go find the collector. The pins are covered in rust. They still have the sand, the broom, the invisibility cloak, the toxin capsule, and the magic wand. Okay. Wait. 3 walkers are standing around a table in the brightly lit room. They haven't noticed you yet. This is where they handle the briefcases. What's the plan? Put on the invisibility cloak. You can fold the invisibility cloak and put it over your clothes. Looks like it's working. What's next? Walk into the room? But why? What if there's something useful in there? You tiptoe in the room and start walking around the table. Everybody freeze. The man stopped cold. There's someone here. Something just touched my leg. Find the spy. The walkers spring into action and start searching the room. You fall on your back in a surprise. The invisibility cloak slides off. Who are you? I work here. Shh. Alright, that was stupid. The doll does 5 damage. That guy's on idle. Either stun or shield, right? I don't have enough ink. Take the damage here. Plagiarism. Oh no, my stun has been disabled. Frick. Eek. That guy's gonna heal. Can't allow that. Whatever. Should we heal with shield? Let's keep healing with shield. This is cheap. Oh, jeez. He just disables slash all the time. Doesn't make any sense. Alright, let's see if there's anything interesting here. Should we start with some kind of weapon? A massive futuristic blaster is lying in the briefcase. Wow, that looks dangerous. Don't you think it's a little too much? Looks like it's for shooting tanks, not walkers. At least it's reliable. There's a faceted bottle wrapped in packing film inside the briefcase. The liquid inside is transparent, but a faint rainbow shimmers across the surface. What's this? A nose light next to the bottle. You unfold and read. I found the water of life, like you asked, but I'm never going into a fairy tale again, not for all the money in the world. What in the world was going on in those writers' heads? I'll be expecting my usual payment. Water of life? I believe it can heal any wound. What do you think? Blaster, bottle, or voodoo doll? I don't think I need the bottle. But do we want the blaster? You want the water? We don't need to heal because we have shield to heal us. If I'm doing anything, I'm taking the blaster. Let's just take it just to see. Let's just see what it is. It's heavy, not a weapon for being quick on your feet. At least it's reliable. Well, I guess we'll figure out what that does. It's stupid that I can't know what it's gonna do, even by reading about it. From a space opera, pointed at your enemies. You see two walkers standing in the passageway. They seem to be guarding another set of boxes. They're discussing something quietly, completely unaware of your presence. What's our plan? Do we want to keep checking these boxes? Throw the toxin capsule? Let's try the toxin. No. Let's just walk forward. Hey guys. One of them knows you blocks your path. Pretend to be a new hire. I'm new here. They hired me to help with the heavy lifting. What? Polymorph? Let's hit him with the broom. Something flies out of your hands on your own right at one of the walkers that slips between his legs and carries him off into the darkness. Ah! The man's scream faded away somewhere far beyond the shipping containers. Oh. Now it's just one. Let's see what Blaster does. 6 damage for 40. Idle? You're making this too easy, buddy. Easy peasy. On the left, black fabric inside the briefcase is a honed, sharp scythe that radiates coldness. So Death is out there in some book without his scythe? I bet. There's a small box inside the briefcase surrounded by a flickering blue aura. What's this? You poke the box uncertainly with one finger. The blue field instantly surrounds your hand, making it tingle. Some kind of energy shield that might help it to fight. I already have a shield, so let's take the scythe. Right? Stack of books. Librarian is busy arranging books that probably wouldn't even notice an atomic bomb. That's weird. Okay. That next fight might have 4 dudes. We're gonna throw the toxin at these guys. The guards notice you from far away and block your path. What's that noise over there? Is there a problem? You wind up and throw the capsule of fear toxin at your enemies. It falls right between the 2 closest walkers and shatters. The other men turn away and cover their faces. Hey, stop. You see both men's eyes widen in horror. You're a monster. Help! Both walkers flee past in terror, keeping their distance from you, then disappearing into the darkness behind. Dang. The other ones rolled their dexterity save and avoided the toxin. No time to relax. The fight's not over yet. The other walkers simultaneously drop into fighting stances. Disable and drain. What's the scythe? Instant kill? can't hit me like I can't. Oh, you missed. You're a friggin' loser, man. Should we drain him again? Oh, ow. Oh, they can still disable while I'm stunned, huh? Or while I'm shielded. That's straight up cheating. I hate that this does 2 to 3 damage. Then we'll drain him. Whoopity-doo. So easy. These fights are so easy now. I'm so OP. Is there anything to look at here? I don't think there's even anything to look at. Push here to win. I mean, it used a ton of my ink. You can't do it twice in a row. Boss's hideout. This is the big boss, man. Alright, I give up. Just don't hit me, he smirks. Take off my shackles. You grab him by the throat. There's a slight problem with that. My shackles expert took the day off today. His daughter's sick. He's lying. I know. How about I call you when he's available, okay? It'll only be a few days. You hit him. Do you think I'm an idiot? Well, if you really want to know. You promised me you'd take them off, so hold up your end of the deal. But you didn't hold up your end. I'll hold it up right now. You squeeze his throat harder. Calm down, you idiot. No one except the writers, please, can take them off. Do you really think my own man would be walking around in shackles if I could take them off? I would build a literal empire stealing objects if I could do that, not the stinking warehouse. Wait, I thought you had proof that he could do it. A friend told me about him, wait. Vince told me about you. And then I found out he was one of your thugs. Was that all part of your plan? Well, this thing that's happening now wasn't. He rubs his throat. You're going to take off my shackles, I don't know how. But that's your problem now. Or what? Are you going to kill me? A character? He winks a horrible wink. But you've turned into such a nice guy now, haven't you? You squeeze his throat with all your strength and look him in the eye. Let's find out right now just how much of a nice guy I am. That doesn't quite inspire fear, to be honest. Let's finish this up quickly, I have things to do. Some important people will be here soon, and I'll be offloading a huge lot today. You turn around and see a stack of containers through the open door. Yeah, that's right. Did you think I was just sitting here twiddling my thumbs? I'm about to close the deal of the century. Are those containers full of stolen items? Fit to burst. I can only imagine what'll happen when all that floods the market. He glances briefly at a monitor where you can see henchmen running in your direction. You're right, it certainly is time for us to finish up here. What does grab him by the essence mean? You push your hand deeper in, trying to touch not the collector's neck, but the very essence inside him. You feel a scrap of old paper. Your fingers run across the text written there in old ink many, many years ago. Choking. Wait. Start pulling. I can call the shackles expert. Let's say tomorrow, okay? That's the only time frame I can give you. We'll get your shackles off and you'll be set. You can write as much as you want. His henchmen are almost here. Sorry, I'm not letting that happen to me again. You grab his paper with both hands and start pulling it towards you. What are you thinking, Etienne? Don't worry, I've done this before. Oh no. You see the client slowly separating from the book's environment, becoming something foreign. Aren't his henchmen going to come for us? They don't have a direct route to that book. Besides, they won't like what's waiting for them there. You keep pulling the paper, it gets more and more difficult to pull. What's going on? Now is not the time to give up. No, I'm not giving up. This is as hard as I can pull. What now? They're right outside already. Now we add another force. You bend your knees, ready to jump upwards. You push off the ground. You hear an unbelievably loud crunching sound, so loud that it feels like the whole world must be able to hear it. With a ringing sound, the paper in your hand separates itself from the book and flies upwards with you. So we just tore him out of his book into the previous book. I think I twisted my knee again. What on earth was that? Where am I? What have you done? You'll find out soon enough. The collector suddenly jumps up and aims a gun at you. It's an antique decorated with a swirling pattern. Take me back. Calm down, just calm down. Etienne, hand over the book now. Where's my book? I'm afraid nothing would come of it. Hey, don't joke around with him. That thing I just did, they'll hear it. What? There's police and walkers? Riders, police, nobody move. Hey, you drop the gun. Not another step or I shoot him. Boss, that's Leroy. That's Leroy Russian. Leroy Russian. Or Roshan. The collector? Oh, these are all police. I thought a couple of them were walkers. What is going on here? Etienne, how are you mixed up in this? Oh, hello, officer. Hold on. How did you recognize me? You came in for questioning in that same coat. I disguised my face, but I forgot to put on a different coat. I'm warning you, I won't surrender alive. He aims the gun at the police officers, then back at you. And hold back your little pet rider there. I see him. Oh, that is a walker right there, smirking. He puts his hands up and looks at the officer, waiting for a signal. Well, now we'll come to an agreement and everything will be just fine. Where's my book? I don't think we'll be coming to an agreement with you, thief. Quiet. No, we're going to make a deal, and I'm going to walk away. You're accused of stealing thousands of objects, and now that you're in our hands, you're not going anywhere. That's enough. Suddenly turning to you, this is all because of you. Sound of shot rings out. Etienne, you close your eyes. You open your eyes and look down. The metal of Roderick's cage protected you from the bullet, but there's not much left of it now. You see a small, ragged scrap of paper inside. Derek, you moron, I told you to stop talking. Sorry, boss. Are you alright, Walker? Now it's your turn, hands up. You look at the remains of the paper in your hand. Don't make us use force. Cool it, he's just in shock. Etienne, it's best if you come with us now. We'll talk about all this at the station, okay? Hold on. What's that in his hand? It's a character, not one from this book. Etienne, are you out of your mind? You're carrying around a stolen character, even in your current situation? Derek, I can't take an isolated character. Call for backup. You shove the officer. His head slams into Derek, who staggers backwards, eyes shut. Dang it. Just jump out of the book. Oh, oh. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Ah! Now we're a fugitive. Is that the ending? What's happened? Leroy Roshan, also known as the Collector, was what? The entire network of riders who used the service to buy stolen items for books, plagiarism, were also detained, and these criminals received sentences ranging from 5 to 15. This is too fast. He's detained 5 minutes after his escape. The unknown stolen character was not found on him. I missed the first one because it went too fast. 28 years later. Oh, book 7. I was not expecting that we had a book 7, but yeah, that was a 7th book. Well, I think this is his house. You run a hand over your face. Look, I'm an old man. Alright, now I'm ready. It's an empty carriage. Can you believe it? I thought I took my mask off. Look, it's man. Hi, man. Sir? How can I help you? My name is Etienne. You probably don't remember me. We worked together a long time ago. I can't seem to recall that. Are you sure you're in the right place? I'm sure. I'd even say we were partners. Oh, it's Roderick. I just wanted to see how you're feeling. Looking around question. I do believe I'm quite alright. Should I be worried about something? Do you remember your name? Of course. And where you live? Baker Street. That's good then. I had to make a few changes because of your injuries. Injuries, sir? Yes, although it seems everything worked out. Sorry to keep you waiting, I'm back. Watson. He nods to the man by the window. Holmes, he nods back. Oh! It's Sherlock Holmes and... Dr. Watson? He was a doctor. He told us that. And you, sir? He looks questioningly at you. I'm on my way out. Someone you know, Watson? I'm not sure. Are you quite certain you're alright, sir? Yes, my apologies again for disturbing you. Would you like some tea, sir? What are you, a butler? I don't even get to talk to Sherlock. Well, time to head back. I'm glad you're doing well, friend. I think it worked. Well, Roderick, it's time for me to figure my own stuff out. Time to jump out that window. This is our new house? No, this is the same house. Whoa, this place is all messed up. I live in a dump. Congratulations on your return to the ranks of the writing profession. Morrock Publishing Agency has confirmed that your 28-year sentence has been fully served. You may visit the Central Writers Police Department to have your shackles removed. Please find a sheet attached with detailed information on how sentence time served was calculated. Final calculations. Initial sentence. Extraction of character, 30 years. Assistance in capturing a particularly dangerous criminal, -3 years. Fleeing from a police officer, +2 years. Willfully turning self into police, -1 year. Total time, 28. That's great. Size. Can't even go to my bedroom. And now he writes. Happily ever after. I don't know. That was weird. We've got an hour and a half. That took a lot longer than I thought it would have, so good thing we didn't continue that last time. Should we start Fist? I think we could. Can't skip this. Well, some cool ideas, some creativity. The different worlds were interesting. Combat was stupid, and there was no puzzles. And there were some bugs. Four out of 10. Maybe a 5 for creativity. Different worlds. Do my best. I don't really get the Sherlock Holmes and Watson thing. That was kind of silly.